Hello, and welcome to Cabin and Cottage. We're so glad you're here. Today, we're taking you on a beautiful journey through timeless vintage interiors, featuring stunning Chairish finds and curated eclectic home decor. Whether you're looking for inspiration to refresh your space or just love soaking in cozy, nostalgic vibes, this tour is for you. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and stay with us until the end. You won't want to miss a single detail of these charming, curated rooms designed to warm your heart and spark your creativity. Let's dive in. Step into a sunlit living room where mid-century modern meets rustic vintage charm, softly wrapped in pastel walls and floral wallpaper. Imagine sinking into a velvet tufted armchair in muted sage green, surrounded by antique brass lamps and delicate lace curtains filtering the warm light. The layered Persian and braided rugs add cozy texture beneath your feet, while curated shelves display vintage ceramics and books. This inviting space feels like a gentle hug from the past, perfect for quiet moments of comfort and reflection. Picture an elegant dining room centered around a large reclaimed wood farmhouse table, surrounded by mismatched vintage chairs that tell stories of days gone by. Cream walls adorned with framed botanical prints set a soft backdrop, while a crystal chandelier with an aged patina casts a warm glow. Hand-woven macrame wall hangings and a sideboard showcasing vintage porcelain add layers of texture and charm. The terracotta tile floor with a faded oriental rug completes this rustic yet sophisticated setting, inviting you to savor every meal in timeless style. Imagine a serene bedroom with a wrought iron bed dressed in faded floral linens, soft powder blue walls whispering calmness, and vintage wooden nightstands with delicate brass pulls. An antique standing mirror with an ornate frame reflects the peaceful ambience, while a cozy knit throw blanket and layered Persian rugs add warmth and texture. Soft natural light spills through lace curtains, illuminating a curated collection of vintage ceramics on a dresser. This space is a quiet sanctuary where timeless beauty and comfort meet effortlessly. Envision a cozy reading nook with a vintage wingback chair upholstered in faded velvet rose, nestled against warm taupe walls adorned with botanical prints in distressed frames. A small brass lamp with a pleated shade casts a gentle glow over a stack of leather-bound books resting on a woven jute rug. Light filters softly through linen curtains, while a vintage floor mirror reflects the eclectic decor. This intimate spot invites you to unwind and lose yourself in stories surrounded by timeless charm. Step into a charming kitchen where open wooden shelves proudly display curated vintage ceramics and glass jars, set against a white subway tile backsplash with aged grout. The farmhouse sink with a brass faucet and distressed sage green cabinetry bring rustic warmth, while a large wooden butcher block island with mismatched stools encourages casual gatherings. Patterned encaustic tile floors in muted blues and grays, along with hanging dried herbs and woven baskets, add layers of texture and history to this bright, airy space. Imagine a formal sitting room bathed in elegance, with deep emerald green velvet tufted sofas against walls adorned in vintage botanical wallpaper in gold and cream. An ornate gilded mirror crowns a marble fireplace mantel, flanked by antique brass sconces with fabric shades. Persian rugs in rich jewel tones warm the floor beneath a vintage wooden coffee table with intricate inlay. Curated shelves filled with leather-bound books and ceramic collectibles complete this timeless, sophisticated retreat bathed in soft, natural light. Step into a sunroom filled with vintage wicker furniture painted soft white and cushions in faded pastel hues. Pale lemon yellow walls brighten the space, while hanging wrought tan pendant lights and layered sisal and oriental rugs add texture and warmth. Abundant greenery in ceramic pots breathes life into the room, and delicate lace curtains filter sunlight gently. A vintage wooden sideboard with distressed paint and brass hardware anchors the space, creating an airy, nostalgic atmosphere perfect for peaceful afternoons. Imagine a vintage-inspired bathroom where classic subway tiles surround a clawfoot tub set against soft seafoam green walls. An antique wooden vanity topped with marble and brass fixtures with an aged patina evoke timeless charm. A large ornate mirror with a distressed frame adds character, while woven baskets and faded floral shower curtains bring softness. Layered jute and cotton rugs underfoot complete the look, with soft natural light illuminating every detail of this eclectic vintage sanctuary. Picture a cozy den anchored by a vintage leather Chesterfield sofa in deep caramel, surrounded by muted floral wallpaper and a large Persian rug in warm reds and blues. A reclaimed wood coffee table with metal accents sits at the center, while antique brass floor lamps with fabric shades cast a welcoming glow. Vintage wooden bookshelves filled with curated ceramics and old books line the walls, creating a timeless retreat that invites you to relax and savor every quiet moment. Step into a bright entryway where a vintage console table in distressed white paint greets you beneath a large ornate mirror framed in aged gold. Soft cream walls feature subtle botanical stencils, while a vintage ceramic lamp with a pleated shade adds warmth. A woven jute rug with faded geometric patterns grounds the space, complemented by curated antique vases and framed botanical prints. This welcoming entryway blends timeless vintage flair with cozy charm, inviting you to step inside and feel at home. Imagine a sophisticated home office where a vintage wooden desk with brass hardware sits against muted dove gray walls accented by floral wallpaper. A tufted velvet chair in dusty rows invites comfort, while layered Persian rugs in soft jewel tones warm the floor. An antique brass desk lamp casts a gentle glow over vintage wooden bookcases filled with leather-bound books and ceramic collectibles. Soft natural light filters through linen curtains, creating an elegant and timeless workspace where inspiration flows freely. Picture a charming nursery styled with a vintage wicker bassinet and soft pastel floral wallpaper. A distressed wooden rocking chair with faded velvet cushions sits on whitewashed wooden floors layered with braided rugs. Delicate lace curtains filter gentle sunlight, while antique brass lighting fixtures add warmth. Curated vintage toys and ceramics displayed on shelves create a nostalgic, tender space filled with timeless charm, perfect for welcoming new beginnings in a cozy, vintage-inspired setting. Step into a refined library room with built-in wooden bookshelves painted creamy white, walls covered in soft botanical wallpaper. A vintage tufted leather armchair in deep brown beckons you to sit, while oriental rugs in faded reds and golds warm the floor. Antique brass reading lamps cast a soft glow over a wooden coffee table with carved legs. Curated ceramics and framed botanical prints add layers of texture and history, creating a warm, inviting space full of timeless charm. Imagine a tranquil guest bedroom with a vintage iron bed frame painted soft white, layered with faded floral quilts and pillows in pastel pinks and greens. Pale mint walls provide a fresh, calming backdrop, while an antique wooden dresser with brass pulls offers timeless storage. Layered Persian and braided rugs in soft earth tones add warmth underfoot, and lace curtains gently filter natural light. Curated vintage ceramics on bedside tables complete this peaceful and welcoming retreat, perfect for rest and relaxation. Picture a cozy breakfast nook centered around a vintage round wooden table surrounded by mismatched chairs painted in soft pastel hues. Warm cream walls are decorated with botanical prints framed in distressed wood, while a vintage brass chandelier with fabric shades casts a gentle glow. A woven jute rug anchors the space, and sunlight streams through linen curtains, illuminating curated ceramics and glassware on open shelves. This inviting nook blends timeless charm with casual comfort, perfect for morning coffee or leisurely chats. Step into a stylish foyer, where a vintage wooden bench with carved details invites rest against muted sage green walls accented by botanical wallpaper. An oversized ornate mirror framed in aged gold reflects soft light, while layered jute and Persian rugs in earth tones warm the floor. Antique brass sconces with fabric shades add a gentle glow, and curated vintage ceramics on a distressed console table complete the welcoming ambience. This foyer exudes warmth and timeless charm from the moment you enter. Imagine a serene meditation room with vintage floor cushions upholstered in faded floral fabric, surrounded by soft cream walls with botanical stencil accents. Antique wooden side tables with brass inlay hold curated vintage ceramics and dried flower arrangements, while layered Persian and jute rugs add softness underfoot. Delicate lace curtains filter gentle natural light, creating a peaceful, timeless space perfect for quiet reflection and relaxation, where every detail invites calm and comfort. Picture a charming powder room with soft blush pink walls and a vintage floral wallpaper border. An antique white porcelain sink with brass fixtures anchors the space, complemented by an ornate framed mirror with a distressed gold finish. Layered woven rugs in muted pastels add texture and warmth, while vintage brass wall sconces with fabric shades cast a soft glow. Curated vintage ceramics and glass jars on open shelves complete this elegant, feminine vintage style that feels both cozy and refined. Step into a warm and inviting family room where a vintage tufted velvet sofa in dusty rose takes center stage against soft cream walls with botanical wallpaper accents. A reclaimed wood coffee table with carved details anchors the space atop layered Persian and braided rugs in muted jewel tones. Antique brass floor lamps with pleated shades provide soft lighting, while curated shelves display vintage ceramics and books. This cozy room feels timeless and full of heart, perfect for quiet gatherings and cherished moments. Imagine a vintage-inspired home bar with distressed wooden cabinetry painted soft sage, featuring brass hardware and open shelves displaying curated vintage glassware and ceramics. Warm cream walls with botanical stencil accents create a soft backdrop, while patterned encaustic tile floors in muted blues and grays add subtle color. Antique brass pendant lights with fabric shades cast a welcoming glow over the space. This eclectic vintage bar invites you to relax and savor the charm of timeless design in a cozy, stylish setting. Thank you so much for joining us on this cozy tour of timeless vintage interiors and cherished treasures. We hope you found plenty of inspiration to bring a little extra charm and warmth into your own home. Remember, it's all about mixing the old with the new in a way that feels personal and inviting. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Cabin and Cottage for more home decor inspiration, and leave a comment below sharing your favorite vintage find or decorating tip. We love hearing from you.